Hey there, folks. Rock Online here again with another BBM 2026 Sumo Sato box opening. Excited for this one. We've opened two so far. No big hits, just the standard heart foil. We've got our usual crew in the back. We've got Kodazakura with the heart foil, reigning champ Wakataka Kage with the dot sparkle. Of course, Venusaur for my first pack opening is going to be around, and then Pondaleon, this lion with his donut mane hanging out in the back. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. So we are hoping for our first real hit. The heart foils are pretty neat, but I won't lie. Love to see an autograph. Love to see, you know, I guess even a star foil would be neat. You know, wouldn't turn that down. And so we've opened two boxes so far. Got a pretty good mix of things, honestly. The set is incredibly cool as a sumo fan. So just keep opening and hopefully we find something cool. Also, apologies to anyone who is an Ura fan, as I have been pronouncing Ura, Ura, or Ura? Wrong. I've been saying it wrong. The U is pronounced like a double O. Ura. Alright. Let's go ahead and slide that back, where it will hang out for the duration. Get our first 10 packs out of the left. 20 pack box, 6 cards per pack. Every pack has one pack at the bottom. Apparently I can't get out. Every pack has 81 cards total in the set. Every pack has a dot sparkle variant of one of those 81 cards. And then in every box, there is a heart foil variant, which is what we have for Kodazakura in the back. We'll have one of those in this box for sure. And then, in addition to that, there will be a, once every couple of boxes, or once a case, there will be a special insert card. Yoshino Fuji here in the first one. The peace sign, Ichi Yamamoto. Ura, very fitting. Finally learning to pronounce Ura's name. Incredible tournament and such a dynamic wrestler too. I think he had 10 wins this past tournament. He was just so exciting to watch. There's a match of him basically bent in half backwards at the edge of the dohyo and not getting thrown out. Was just, and won. Ended up coming back to win the match. Absolutely incredible. Ono Sato. Got the jumping one again with Abi, Tamawashi, Ichi Yamamoto, and Wakamoto Haru. We got our first dot sparkle of Atami Fuji and Midori Fuji. Same hometown. So again, for those who maybe this is your first one of these of mine you've watched, or first one you've seen. So the sumo set is Sato. The Sato set, Sato meaning hometown. It is a focus on wrestlers and where they are from, and those with shared hometowns. Shodai, Tobizaru, Sanoyama, Okoto Fuji. So I looked up a couple of these guys because again, I'm relatively new to the sport, and so there were 4 of these wrestlers that were added in as sort of hometown heroes. And so tell me, oh my gosh, Hokuto Fuji made it all the way to the rank of Kamisubi, 4th highest rank in sumo, and has 7 Kimboshi or gold star wins over Yokozuna in his career. Standing, I presume, with a stand-up of himself, which is pretty neat. And then Endo, also oddly enough, also got up to Kamisubi and with 7 Kimboshi as well. Cool cards. Good to learn the history. And then we've got another same hometown with Onosato and Oshoumi. Probably Oshoumi again, the U. More like a double O than a U. I will learn. Alright. Onosato. Aonishiki. Alright, it's pretty good. Air right off the bat. Roga. Tamawashi and Tamashoho. Another same hometown card. Kodo Shogiku. It's another one of the ones. Made Ozeki. With 3 runner-up finishes in his career. another one of the hometown heroes. We got Wakataka Kage and Wakamoto Haru, the brothers. Again, for those maybe not paying attention to the sumo tournaments as they're going on, we just had one wrap up, and Wakataka Kage just won his second career Yusho. With a fantastic playoff win over Kirishima. Fantastic tournament for as many people as were missing from that one. It was incredibly competitive and exciting, and up to, I think, 7 people technically were within a win of the championship on the last day, but 2 were playing each other, so it was potentially a potential 6-way playoff. It ended up only being 2 between Wakataka Kage and Hiroshima. Chiyoshima Akane Fuji also was one of the, I think, one of the contenders late into the tournament. Wakataka Kage, of course. Fuji Seiyun, Konoyama, and Asahaka. Fantastic on the dot sparkle. All right. Midori Fuji, Hiroshima, runner-up, great tournament. Won the previous tournament as well, so on a great roll. Last 4 tournaments have actually been really good. I think he's got 11 wins in his last 4 tournaments, so putting a great run together. Wakamoto Haru. Takami Sakari. So oddly enough, this is the 4th one of the ones that were added in. I'm like, I made notes for myself, so I didn't sound like an idiot coming back in or this one. But another one with the highest rank of Kamasubi. Akane Fuji. Pretty cool. Must be maybe an alternate art to the one we just saw a second ago. And Koto Shoho and Koto Eiho. Good tournaments too. Goodness, there's all the. It was a like I said, very interesting. This one, very interesting tournament. I'm again fairly new to the sport, so reading back through my history, I know there were large stretches where there were injuries, and there were no Yokozuna playing in a particular tournament because of injuries or a lack of Yokozuna available. And so this was my first one where really a lot of people were out. You would think you'd be let down by it, but no, it was absolutely fantastic. Aonishiki and Shishi, both from Ukraine. Hiroshima again with the flex. Hirodumi. Toki Hayate. Dai Seizan. And Oho. Oho on the dot sparkle. Shishi. Yamamoto. Shimazu Umi. Takanosho. Hirota Umi. Kodazakura alternate with the dot sparkle. All right. Keep it going. So I think this is pack number 8. Looking like a Tommy Fuji on the back. Spoiler. Shodai, Sanano Umi, Yoshino Fuji, and Fuji Seiyun, the same hometown card. Pretty cool. Love to see the candid shots too. You know, this stuff where it's, you know, they're a little bit more able to be themselves. Churano Umi, Asakoryu, Ura, and Gonoyama, same hometown card. Ataki Umi, Abi, and Tommy Fuji on the dot sparkle. All right. Shoryu, Nishiki Fuji, Ura, Tommy Fuji, Takayumi, and Kirishima. Great tournament. Potential Yokozuna run coming up here in the next tournament. It'll be very exciting to see it happen. You have to have a pretty darn good tournament, but you know, any tournament where you've got a shot at it's fantastic. Fuji Ryoga, Hiroshima. We were just talking about him, came back again. Ura, Fuji Seiyun, Konoyama, Tamawashi. Ooh, Tamawashi on the heart. I feel like it was a little bit later in the box. I'll have to go back and watch the videos on that to know for sure, but you can see that heart, the heart sparkle there. Big Tamawashi fan. Again, I'm relatively new to the sport, so you know I'm coming in on the tail end of his incredible record run. This last 16 years, I think. He's been top tier. I'm going to sleeve this guy here before we go any further. Get any more fingerprints on it. Yeah, here's hoping. He said there's a potential, looking at a potential demotion to the second tier of Sumo Juryo, but said he'd stick around and play as long as he was, stick around and wrestle as long as he was pulling a salary, which you do at the top 2 tiers. So here's hoping he's still around. But I mean, his entire career has been known for being the Iron Man of sumo and being at that top tier. So it'll be interesting to see what he does. But either way, kudos to Tamawashi. But yeah, I thought that heart foil was later in the box. I don't know if that's an indicator for anything. We'll find out. Maybe something good will happen. Hey, look, it's Tamawashi on the back again. All right. I'm gonna get mad at getting more Tamawashis. Tommy Fuji, Akiyasu, Wakamoto Haru, Onokatsu, the Wakataka Kage and Wakamoto Haru, and Tamawashi mending the Mawashi. Fantastic on the dot sparkle. All right, pack number 12. Oh, we got the jumping one on the back. All right. So hakkeyoi, Kaio, and Churo no Umi on the same hometown Daisho. Tommy Fuji. Again, I feel like I had the Tommy Fuji each of like the last 4 packs. Churo no Umi. And then the jumping dot sparkle. I do like the dot sparkle. I know it's not like the most dramatic effect, but it does give it just a little bit of extra pop. I like. All right, next one. Onishiki and Shishi again. Daisho. Hiro do Umi. Shono no Umi. Brothers again, Wakataka Kage and Wakamoto Haru, I think in the same position right before the dot sparkle. And Midori Fuji on the dot sparkle. Shishi. Akano Fuji. Wakataka Kage, reigning champ. Mitaki Yumi. Hiro do Umi. And we've got Shodai, Sada no Umi, Yoshino Fuji, and Fujiseon on the dot sparkle on the back. I mean, a lot of those same hometown cards with four guys in it. On the dot sparkle. That's looking like Onishiki on the back. That's good. Takanosho. Ichiyamamoto. Shimazo Umi. Takanosho. Oh, we got something going on here. Here's our dot sparkle. We're 5 cards in. We got Wakamoto Haru on the dot sparkle. And this, I genuinely don't know what this is. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. But clearly it is definitely meant to be something. Not numbered, but definitely like an alternate art card. There is a secret. Real quick. Any more fingerprints on it. But yeah, that's different than the Onishiki we've seen a couple times through. And we had one back here a little bit ago that had Sumo Sato at the start and then not far back. Further back than I thought. We can find the Onishiki. No, it's further back than I thought. Unless I made it up entirely. So there's Onishiki sort of the Wakamoto Haru and the sort of in the normal card. And it looks like a variant. Backs look. They are the same, so it must just be an alternate art. Brush up on my kanji, but cool. Well, there you go. Potentially a hit. And now Onishiki wanted that too. Big fan. All right, so we have got about 5 packs left, so that'd be about 15 in. Not bad if you walk away from a box with a Tamawashi and Onishiki special cards. Kodoeho, Kinbozan, Ura, Kodoshoho, Okino Umi, Shodai on the dot sparkle. Probably got the eyes in camera. Tamawashi. Yeah, Tamawashi now Nishiki, very fitting. 2 hits. Shoryu and Kirishima. Back to back. Asakoryu, Asasuryu, Kodoshoho, Kodoeho cards. And Abi on the dot. Tamawashi, Nishiki Fuji, Tommy Fuji, Toki Hayate, Daiseisan, and Asanoyama on the dot. 2 to go. Sakura, Akiyasu, Wakamoto Haru, Onokatsu, the jumping shot, and then Shura no Umi on the dot, and then our last pack. Oshoryu, Oshuma, and Asakayu on the same hometown. Ayo and Shura no Umi. Ichi Yamamoto. Tommy Fuji. I feel like we got a lot of a Tommy Fuji this time. Not shooting down a Tommy Fuji. Love a Tommy Fuji. Sato and Hakkeyoi Fuji. Hakkeyoi Fuji is like the one autograph I did manage to get out of the first set of cards. Series 1. Well, awesome. Well, thanks for watching. You have any insight on what I'm looking at here? I was going to do some research myself off camera, and we'll know next time we open up a box. I'm thinking I've got the alternate art, alternate shot, secret scene, whatever you want to call that, of the Onishiki. Not numbered as far as I can tell. See anything on there, so not the numeric, but those will be the 2 this time. Appreciate you watching. Talk to you next time.